The morning rain drizzled softly on the pavement as Emily Carson clutched her friend's keycard in her coat pocket, trying to stay dry under a shared umbrella with her little brother, Tommy. She'd promised her friend Rosie she'd take her shift at the downtown corporate tower. Rosie's daughter had a fever, and Emily had no heart to say no. She wasn't a cleaner by trade. She worked odd jobs, looked after Tommy, and dreamed of returning to school one day. But today wasn't about dreams, it was about helping a friend. Bills didn't pause for kindness, but hearts didn't either. She stepped into Lexontech Tower, a shining skyscraper of glass and modern ambition, and was handed a cart of supplies by the gruff supervisor. Conference rooms, top floors. Mr. Blackwell's wing last, he barked. Don't mess anything up. Emily nodded silently and pushed the cart toward the elevators. As the day wore on, she scrubbed, polished, and straightened rooms full of cold steel and warm memories, empty coffee cups, notes left behind, crumpled snack wrappers from long meetings. Each space told a story of busy lives chasing something bigger. But on the 47th floor, something shifted. She entered an office so large it could have been a studio apartment. A grand window overlooked the skyline, and a single photo frame sat on the edge of the mahogany desk. Two boys in baseball uniforms with their father crouching beside them, all smiles. Out of respect, Emily didn't touch it. She started vacuuming, and reached for the trash can when a voice startled her. You don't have to do that now. Emily turned sharply to see a man tall, in a navy shirt with the sleeves rolled up. He wasn't wearing a suit like the others. Just a laptop open on the coffee table, and a quiet look in his eyes. Not annoyance, not superiority, just curiosity. Oh, I'm sorry, she stammered. I didn't know anyone was still working. He smiled gently. I'm always working. She gave a polite nod, hoping to retreat quietly, but he noticed her limp, the slight favoring of her right leg. Are you all right? He asked, standing. Old injury, she said quickly, embarrassed. Nothing that stops me. You're not Rosie, he said after a beat. She usually does this floor. Emily hesitated. She needed the day. I owed her, and could use the money. The man studied her for a moment, and then said, I'm Ethan. She gave a nervous smile. Emily. There was no handshake, no grand introduction, just a moment, quiet, simple, and sincere. Over the next few weeks, Emily found herself returning to Lexontech more often. Rosie's schedule became erratic, with her daughter's health, and Emily never minded filling in. And each time, Ethan would be there. Sometimes at his desk, other times reading near the glass wall. Once even asleep on the couch, with files scattered around him. They started exchanging little conversations, books, her brother Tommy's school, the best local taco truck. It was easy with Ethan, no pretenses, no hints of power or title. Just ... A man who listened. Then came the night of the winter storm. Emily had stayed late and missed the last bus. The wind howled outside like a warning. You're not walking in that, Ethan said firmly. You'll freeze. I'll call a cab. She tried. They're all booked. Come on, I'll drive you. It wasn't a suggestion. In his SUV, the silence was warm and strange. He played jazz softly, and she found herself relaxing. Why do you work so hard? He asked gently. She glanced at him. For Tommy, he's only 10. I'm all he has. There was something in the way he looked at her then, like he saw beyond the uniform, beyond the wariness. He saw her. That night, he didn't just drop her home. He waited for her to unlock the door. He noticed the chipped paint on the porch and the flickering light inside, and he didn't judge. The next morning, Emily walked into the building and was stopped at the front desk. I'm sorry, the receptionist said. Mr. Blackwell asked that you be sent directly to his office. Emily's heart dropped. Mr. Blackwell. She rode the elevator in silence, her mind racing. Had she broken a rule? Was she fired? When the doors opened, Ethan stood there. Not in his navy shirt but a tailored black suit. Sharp, commanding. Every eye on the floor stood straighter. Good morning, Miss Carson, he said with a soft smile. Come in. Inside her heart pounded. You're Mr. Blackwell, she asked. He nodded. Ethan Blackwell, CEO of Lexontech. Emily stepped back in shock. I had no idea. I wouldn't have. Wouldn't have what? He interrupted. Spoken honestly, shared who you are. She was silent. I didn't hide who I was. I just didn't mention it. I wanted to know you not as someone trying to impress a title, just ... as you. She looked away, confused, a little betrayed, a little exposed. He reached into his desk and slid over a file. I've been reviewing applications for a community scholarship program. I started someone to help manage it. Outreach, budgeting, mentoring. I couldn't stop thinking. It should be you. Asterisk Emily blinked. Why me? Asterisk because you care, because you show up, because you have heart. That's what this company should stand for. Tears welled up in her eyes. She left that day overwhelmed with emotions, opportunities, and a heart beating wildly. Asterisk. She hadn't come looking for love. Asterisk but love, it seemed, had been quietly watching her all along. Asterisk. Emily didn't say yes right away. She wasn't used to opportunities that didn't come with strings attached. The scholarship job Ethan offered felt too big, too sudden. Too, undeserved. But Ethan believed in her, and more than anything, he gave her time. Asterisk. I'll hold the position, he'd said, until you believe in yourself as much as I already do. Asterisk. For the next 2 weeks, Emily continued her shifts, while also helping a few hours with the new community outreach program. She felt alive using her ideas, planning events for underprivileged youth, even suggesting a free weekend coding class for kids like her brother. Asterisk. But not everyone was happy. Word got around that the CEO had taken a personal interest in the cleaning girl. Asterisk. It started as whispers, then smirks, then outright hostility. Asterisk. The HR director, a sharp, rigid woman named Marla Trent, pulled Emily aside. Asterisk. You've been seen in Mr. Blackwell's office frequently. I hope you understand how things look. Asterisk. Emily felt the blood rush from her face. I've only been working on asterisk. I'm sure you think it's work, Marla said coolly, but optics matter here. The next day, someone left a cruel note on Emily's outreach desk. From mop to madam, teach us your ways. Emily wanted to quit. Asterisk. The shame burned too deep. She felt like she didn't belong in that glittering tower of glass and pride. She was a cleaner, a caretaker, a girl who wore the same 2 pairs of shoes every week. Asterisk. But when she came home, she found Tommy waiting on the steps, holding a white envelope. Asterisk. It came today. He grinned. It says I got accepted. Asterisk. Ethan had quietly helped him apply for one of the city's best scholarship-funded schools. Asterisk. Inside was a note in Ethan's handwriting. Asterisk. He deserves a future. And so do you. Later that week, during the company's quarterly town hall, Ethan stood before the entire staff. A sea of expensive suits and skeptical faces. Asterisk. He cleared his throat and said, Asterisk. I want to take a moment to talk about value. Not stock value, human value. Asterisk. He looked directly at Emily, who sat near the back, her heart pounding. Asterisk. Emily Carson came to this building not to impress anyone, but to help someone. She stepped into a job that wasn't hers, asked for nothing, and gave everything. I watched her lift this company's spirit without anyone noticing. Except me. There were murmurs in the room. Some of you, he added, voice firm, have questioned her place here. Let me clarify. Her place was earned, not given. Asterisk. He paused, letting the silence speak louder than words. Asterisk. She is now our community programs director, and she reports directly to me. Later, in the quiet of his office, Emily confronted him. Asterisk. You didn't have to defend me, she whispered, close to tears. Asterisk. Yes, I did, he said softly, because I see you, and not just what you do for others, but what you deserve, for yourself. Asterisk. She looked down. People think I'm only here because of you. Asterisk. You are here because of me, he admitted. But not the way they think. You're here because I couldn't keep pretending you were just another face in the building. I fell for you, Emily, long before I knew your last name. Asterisk. Her voice cracked. I'm not someone who belongs in your world. Asterisk. You're wrong, he whispered. You're the part that was missing from mine. Asterisk. And in that moment there were no job titles, no uniforms, no ceilings. Just a man and a woman who had found in each other something deeper than circumstance. Truth. Months passed. Asterisk. The outreach program blossomed. Tommy thrived at his new school. Emily, now confident and radiant, stood on stages and spoke to rooms full of people who once ignored her presence. Asterisk. And Ethan, he didn't just stand beside her. He stood behind her, proud and unwavering, letting the world see what he'd known all along. On a quiet Saturday morning, Emily walked back into Lexington not as a cleaner, but as a guest speaker for a youth mentorship program. Asterisk. As she passed by the janitor's closet, she paused. Asterisk. She looked inside, touched the handle of the old mop, and smiled, then turned to see Ethan standing there, holding 2 coffees. Still remember that first day? He asked. Every detail, she replied. He handed her the coffee. Thank God, Rosie called in sick. They laughed, and walked down the hall not as cleaner and CEO. Not as different worlds colliding. Asterisk. But as 2 souls, equal in every way, who'd met by chance. Asterisk. And built a life by choice.